This is Jackie with All Access, and I'm here with Johnnyswim at day 3 of Delaware's Firefly Festival.
It is.
Can't say it 5 times fast. My goodness. Describe the sound on your album Diamonds.
He produced it, so I'll let him take it.
I just want to hold your hand. The sound on the album is so unique and one of a kind that you have to buy it and listen to it to find out what it is we're talking about. No, it's we've been making EPs for a long time. We've been self-produced for a long time, and we've been taking time discovering kind of what our sound is, and if we made a full-length album, what would it sound like? And we have a lot of folk influence, soul influence, rock influence, and we didn't feel like we needed to pick a lane that we could just do whatever we wanted, and so we did on the album. And I think all the songs have a little bit of folk, a little bit of soul, and a little bit of soft rock, if you will.
We want to soft rock everybody's faces off. That's what Firefly's about. That's what we're about.
That's right.
I have to say, listening to your music, that there isn't one genre that I could say that you belong to. So it's nice to have that diversity to it. And the two of them are so freaking cute, it's ridiculous. How does your single Home represent your sound?
Well, it's kind of fun because Home was the first song we wrote when we moved from Nashville to Los Angeles. And we had been trying to write, for a couple days, and we were like, we're going to make something of ourselves. And we were all amped, and we wrote nothing. And finally, we got out some wine, and we're like kind of bummed. And we were with our friend Britton, and we're like, let's just write what comes out of us. Like, let's stop trying so hard. And Home came out in like one fell swoop, and so it's a song that's really special, and it kind of represents, obviously our time in Nashville and missing Nashville, but it also kind of represents our lifestyle in a lot of ways, and so it's really special to us. So we're glad that's the first one out. And that one was the only song in the record, totally recorded in our guest room, also known as the extended closet.
Also known as the studio.
Also known as the studio. So it's extra special. You can hear all of our friends making a ruckus in the background and all that.
And the music video for Home just highlights what I can already see is your chemistry. How did you two meet?
So I saw him across a crowded room, and I thought, he's really cute, but he was with all these like very popular girls that were like, walking around like this. And I was like in college and was like, I'm a dork. And so I was like, he's never going to like me. He's probably such a douchebag. I'm just going to avoid him. So for 4 years, I would see him around, and I would just like make awkward faces and jet the other direction. So finally, after 4 years, we were at a coffee shop, and there's another artist named Matt Carney who was his roommate at the time. And Matt was like, oh, you guys know each other, right? And I was like, no, we've never met. Oh my gosh. And so we met.
Meanwhile, from the day I saw her, I said she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and I literally said that that's the girl I'm going to marry when I saw her across the room. The only problem was I was sitting next to a girl I was trying to date. And so that didn't
work out with her so well.
That didn't work out well. And it was 4 years after that we actually were introduced. And during those 4 years, I did extensive research, also known as cyber stalking. And so I knew all about her. Yeah. I knew what she probably thought was a good angle because she always took her pictures from the same side. And
oh, so after all that pining away for each other, how do you make sure here at Firefly and other places that you make sure that you leave a lasting impression with fans?
I think, first of all, if I thought specifically that, I would be so overwhelmed that I wouldn't be able to perform at all. So I think the main thing that I know we try to focus on is absolutely being present in the moment. It's not just another day. It's not just another festival. We're so honored to be here. We're honored that people would spend their time, and there's tons of amazing bands. I mean, don't tell anybody, but we're playing at the same time as Beck and Tegan and Sarah, and I think the only people that are going to end up at our stage is us two, or people that didn't know that Beck and Tegan and Sarah were playing at the same time as us. So it's realizing that it's not any day isn't just a repeat. There's no Groundhog's Day. We're getting to live our dream. We're getting to play music for people that care about listening to it, and the people in our band are some of our best friends in the world. Hopefully that does end up leaving a lasting impression, but I know we'll have fun.
Hey, as long as you guys have a good time, that's all that matters, right?
For the most part.
We want people to go, but as long as you have fun, too. So do you prefer playing these big festivals or more intimate club gigs?
Both. We love doing both, and they're both so different that it's hard to kind of choose one. Festivals are just so much fun, and everybody's here to have fun, and they're here to listen, and that's just something so unique, and everybody's a little dirty and, like, free, Yeah. And the smaller shows that everybody's listening, there's a lot of dry shampoo in my hair right now. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, in the small listener crowd kind of venues, people tend to be a little bit more insecure, and they're listening, and that's awesome. But they're not maybe as vocal and as, you know.
A cool thing about these festivals too is there's a sense of camaraderie backstage with all the bands. Like these are bands like Lucius. This is like our 5th time playing together with Lucius, and we see each other backstage all the time. And there's a sense of being on the journey together and having fun.
It's like being in the same class at high school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Only all the cool kids.
Yeah, well,
No.
we're the dorks.
Yeah.
We're the ones that
I think
sit
that
by
was the
ourselves
90s
at
when the cool kids made the music. Now it's the geeks.
You're too humble. How do you guys utilize social media?
He does everything, so I'm going to let him.
That
I don't have a Facebook, so I don't know.
Oh my God, how do you survive? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
I
You
just asked
probably.
him, I'm like, did anybody get married, have a kid, or like do anything exciting anytime soon?
I was gonna say you're missing a lot of baby pictures, a lot of wedding pictures,
right.
pictures of what people
Yeah.
are eating.
Yeah, I like Instagram.
She does have
And
an
you're
Instagram, so
probably
she gets-
enjoying a lot more of like live living.
That's the goal. We actually play a little game. This totally doesn't answer your question, but we play a little game with our band on the road. That at dinners we all put our phones in the middle of the table and can't touch them. And if somebody touches them before the bill's paid, they have to pay. And
For everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.
We do, however, I mean, we're on social media all the time, meaning I am. And for instance, we have 2 new T-shirts that we're releasing that was that a guy designed that took a lyric from one of our songs and posted an Instagram shot of just in a really cool handwriting,
sketch.
a drawing of those lyrics together. And we've ended up collaborating with them on some T-shirts, some posters. There was a band that opened for us in Portland, Oregon. Was it Portland? That won tickets through a radio station to see the show and tweeted us, said, Johnnyswim, we're so excited to come to your concert. Next time you're in Portland, we'd love to open. Well, we happened to need an opener that show. And so we had Samsel and the Skirts, the name of the band. All right? Samsel and the Skirt. And we're like, why don't you guys just open up this show? So
Yeah, we have fun.
we have fun, and we love communicating, and we're always watching. We get so many emails like on Facebook that say, I don't know if you guys ever read this stuff. And I always start the email back with, we're reading it. Yes, we are.
Like, no, I didn't see this. I didn't see this one, but I thought.
There's other ones that I look at sometimes.
But that's really cool that you not only reply back, but you really do engage the writer in a couple of different ways where it's probably a total shock to them. You know, hey, come
Yeah.
open for us.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we like people, so social media is just another chance for us to interact with folks.
Yeah.
Speaking of interacting, how have you been interacting, or tell me about your partnership with the Lincoln Car Company?
Oh, the dream ride. We just love it. We got to ride around. We had like 2 days off at home, and we got to ride around in their brand new car. And
The Lincoln MKC.
the Lincoln MKC, and it's like the most luscious, quiet and beautiful and best sound. I mean, it's just wonderful. And we got to just ride up the coast and stop all of our favorite places and spend our whole day off just
The concept
enjoying
behind the
it.
campaign was that they would spend 2 days with us, and we would take them to our favorite places in
Yeah.
our hometown in LA. And they had an amazing photographer, Chris Ozer, an amazing film team, and we just got to drive and eat and show them amazing stuff and have it all captured in
Yeah.
these beautiful images and video. And my favorite part about the car is it does that like cyber parking thing.
It parallel parks itself.
That partially sentient, like I feel like it has feelings, this car.
Yeah,
At
it's
one point
crazy.
it told me I should take a nap.
Yeah.
You should take a break.
It did. It knows when you're kind of veering and you're not staying in the lines, and it says, you know, you're driving like you might be sleepy. Maybe you should pull over and take a nap. And I'm like, I love this car. He doesn't
It's
even need
too
a wife
wise.
anymore. I don't
You are outnumbered.
my job. I love this.
Now you can nap
I know exactly.
and just let the car take over.
Take over it, Lincoln. You got this.
Wow. So you've got a nationwide commercial campaign. Both of you are adorable as hell. You're playing a music festival. How do you guys measure success?
100% mileage. We love what we get to do. We've loved it since the 8 years that we've been doing it, when we were opening for bands called Fetus Eater in small clubs in
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo. You know, we loved it then. We love it now, and we just are hoping and praying that, 20, 30, 40 years from now, we'll still be having fun doing what we love. And if that's the case, then we've 100% succeeded. And if we can eat in the process, that's even better.
Yeah, travel, eat, drive, nap.
Exactly. It's like
it.
the perfect life.
That's it. That'll be a new t-shirt.
What more do you need?
I know.
Not much.
Him. And that,
Hey.
wrap that in. Hey.
Told you they were really cute.
All right, that's the end of the interview.
One more question
Yes.
before the makeout session. What's up next for Johnnyswim after Firefly?
Loads of shows. It's kind of the endless tour. People always ask us, so how long's this run? And I mean, it doesn't end. We know we're booked through August, and then bookings are coming in.
Which is really exciting.
Play Lollapalooza, ACL in October, Austin City Limits. We're doing the Not So Bluegrass Festival in San Francisco, the Philadelphia Folk Festival, playing tons of shows. We're putting out a Christmas EP. So we're writing and recording that. We're doing we're working on a TV show, we're working on a ton of things. So it's
working on a TV show.
We're doing a travel. It's an adventure show. Not a travel show, an adventure show. It's in the works. You'll hear about it. You'll hear about it.
But it's fun.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You'll hear plenty.
Good advertising, good networking. There you go. So stay tuned for the multifaceted Johnnyswim. This is Jackie with All Access and In the Key of Change.
All right.